Hello and welcome to Hornbill TV's Prime at 9. I'm Muamala, now news in detail. With over 16,000 cases reported from 75 countries and territories, monkeypox is now a public health emergency, the World Health Organization said on Saturday. WHO's assessment is that the risk of monkeypox is moderate globally and in all regions, except in the European region where we assess the risk as high. Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said, sounding a note of caution. Ghebreyesus said there is also a clear risk of further international spread, although the risk of interference with international traffic remains low for the moment. The WHO now views the outbreak as a significant enough threat to global health that a coordinated international response is needed to prevent the virus from spreading further and potentially escalating into a pandemic. Although the declaration does not impose requirements on national governments, it serves as an urgent call for action. WHO can only issue guidance and recommendation to its member states, not mandates. Member states are required to report events that pose a threat to global health. In an emotional farewell speech on Saturday, a day before his tenure ends, President Ramnath Kovind thanked Prime Minister Narendra Modi and invoked Mahatma Gandhi. President Kovind was addressing the parliament a day after he was felicitated with a farewell dinner at PM Modi's residence. There are multiple ways to resolve differences and disputes emerge when we see India as a big family. Peace and non-violence were Mahatma Gandhi's tools to instill harmony. We ought to adopt his ways, the president said. He also asked political parties to rise above partisan politics in the national interest and decide what is necessary for the welfare of the people.
सर्वशक्तिमान ईश्वर की कृपा से जिस दायित्व को निभाने का अवसर मुझे प्राप्त हुआ, उसका निर्वहन आप सभी के सहयोग के बिना संभव नहीं था। इसके लिए मैं आप सबका भी आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। अपने कार्यकाल के दौरान मैंने अपनी पूरी क्षमता से अपने कर्तव्यों का निर्वहन करने का प्रयास किया है। आप सबने मेरे प्रति जिस अटूट विश्वास का परिचय दिया, उसके बल पर मैं अपने कर्तव्यों को भलीभांति निभा सका। मेरे सभी पूर्ववर्ती राष्ट्रपति मेरे लिए प्रेरणा का स्रोत रहे हैं। माननीय सदस्य, राष्ट्रपति और सांसदगण उसी विकास पथ के सह यात्री हैं जो हमारे देश को प्रगति की उच्चतर उपलब्धियों की ओर ले जा रहा है। इस पथ को प्रशस्त करने वाली महान विभूतियों ने हमारे संविधान की रचना करके हमारी लोकतांत्रिक व्यवस्था की नींव रखी। यद्यपि संविधान सभा के सदस्यों को ही हमारे संविधान की रचना का श्रेय जाता है, लेकिन वह ऐतिहासिक कार्य उन्होंने भारत के लोगों के प्रतिनिधि के रूप में किया।
Kovind said he always considered himself as a part of the larger family, which included the members of parliament. They may have differences at times like any family has, but they should work together for the larger interests of the country, he said. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla joined the ceremony to bid farewell to the outgoing president, whose term ends on Sunday. The Bharatiya Janata Party and its ideological mentor, the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, has begun the process of streamlining organizational matters in states, which will pick new assemblies in 2023. On Thursday, the party announced a new position for 4 general secretaries with an eye on elections in those states. It appointed Ajay Jamwal, who was the general secretary in the northeastern region, to oversee party-related issues in Madhya Pradesh, which includes Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. The party is banking on Jamwal, who has spent a considerable span of time in the northeast looking after organizational issues in the region, to sort out intra-party differences in both Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. Mantri Srinivasalu, who was the State General Secretary in Telangana, will now head in Punjab. In Karnataka, the State General Secretary Arun Kumar was repatriated back to the Sang and Rajesh GV appointed in his place. Satish Thon, the General Secretary in Goa, has been appointed Joint General Secretary in West Bengal. Following the arrest of West Bengal Minister Partha Chatterjee by the Enforcement Directorate in connection with the money laundering case, Trinamool Congress accused the Bharatiya Janata Party of using prop agencies for political vendetta. The party also said that it will take action against the minister if he is proven guilty. Chatterjee and his aide were arrested in a case linked to the alleged teacher recruitment scam in the state. The arrest comes hours after ₹2 crore was recovered from minister's aide Arpita Mukherjee. Trinamool leader Firhad Hakim said they are closely watching the situation and have all faith in the judiciary. After the judiciary gives its verdict, he will be able to make a decision, he said, adding that the All India Trinamool Congress will not tolerate any malpractice in the party or government. After the judiciary comes out with its verdict, the Trinamool Congress will act, he said. The Enforcement Directorate on Saturday arrested Arpita Mukherjee, the close aide of West Bengal Cabinet Minister Partha Chatterjee. This comes a day after the ED said it recovered cash worth ₹21 crore from her residence. Earlier in the day, the prop agencies had detained Mukherjee a day after cash haul was seized from her residence in Kolkata. Bengal Minister Partha Chatterjee has been sent to ED custody for 2 days by Kolkata court. The minister was arrested after being questioned for nearly 26 hours by the central agency. "17 days after they allegedly fled from a road construction site near Indo-China border, 7 of the 19 missing workers from Assam were found on Friday inside a dense forest in Kurung Kume district of Arunachal Pradesh, officials said on Saturday. The workers have been brought to a Border Roads Organization medical facility where they are under treatment. Their health conditions are stated to be stable.
मिले थे कि 19 लेबरर्स बीआरओ के लेबरर्स गायब हुए हैं, मिसिंग। लेकिन आज लेटेस्ट ये है कि हमारा पुलिस पर्सनल अरुणाचल प्रदेश का और अरुणाचल गवर्नमेंट की ओर से डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट टीम भी वहाँ पहुँचे हैं और हेलीकॉप्टर से भी रेस्क्यू हो रहा है। तो उसमें 7 लेबरर्स हैज़ बीन रेस्क्यूड एंड देयर कंडीशंस आर वर्स। खाना पीना नहीं है इसका वजह से। और लेटेस्ट जो मिल रहा है कि नाला में, नदी में 2 डेड बॉडी भी मिले हैं। एंड डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट एंड अरुणाचल पुलिस पर्सनल्स एंड एयरफोर्स की तरफ से हेलीकॉप्टर सर्विस यूज़ करके अपना स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के जो हेलीकॉप्टर है उससे यूज़ करके स्टेट गवर्नमेंट लगातार इसमें रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन में लगा हुआ है। और बाकी जितना लेबरर्स है उसको भी शायद मिल जाएंगे। अभी सर्च ऑपरेशंस लगा।
Meanwhile, Indian Air Force started air survey on Saturday morning to locate the other 12 missing workers. The workers employed by a private contractor at the BRO road construction site at Huri in Damin circle of the district fled from the work site on July 5 after they were reportedly denied permission to visit their families in Assam for Eid al-Adha celebrations. The work site at Huri is located around 109 km away from Koloriang, which is 249 km from the state capital Itanagar. It is located around 80 to 90 km from the India-China border. Chief Justice of India N.V. Ramana said on Saturday that agenda-driven debates and kangaroo courts being run by the media are detrimental to the health of the democracy. Delivering the inaugural lecture instituted in the memory of Justice Satyabrata Sinha in Ranchi, Ramana said media trials affect the fair functioning and independence of the judiciary. Biased views being propagated by media are affecting the people, weakening democracy and harming the system. In this process, justice delivery gets adversely affected. By overstepping and breaching your responsibility, you are taking our democracy 2 steps backward, he added.
Professor Dr. Keshavra, Vice Chancellor, National University of Study and Research Law, Ranchi, Madam Utpala Sinha ji and the other family members of Justice Sinha, Director, Judicial Academy, Jharkhand, members of Jharkhand State Legal Services Authority, Member Secretary of Jharkhand State Legal Service Authority, Land Advocate General Ranjan, law officers and gracious spouses of judges, judicial officers, Registrar General and other registrars of the High Court of Jharkhand, students of National University of Study and Research in Law, Ranchi, media persons, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to all of you. I congratulate and happy to note that Jharkhand High Court, in celebration of Golden Jubilee of setting up the Circuit Court bench at Ranchi in the year 1972.
Ramana said the print media still has a certain degree of accountability. Electronic media has zero accountability as what it shows vanishes into thin air. At times, there are concerted campaigns in media, particularly on social media, against judges, he said. The CJI said one of the biggest challenges before the judiciary at present is prioritizing the matters for adjudication, as judges cannot turn a blind eye to social realities. Death toll due to Japanese encephalitis in Assam rose to 38 after one more death was reported in the state due to the viral infection in the last 24 hours on Saturday. As per the reports, 2 deaths were reported in Golaghat and Darang districts on July 21, while as many as 3 died on July 20. According to the National Health Mission, Assam, 1 person in the district, Biswanath, died in the last 24 hours due to the infection, while as many as 15 new cases have been detected in the state during the period. Out of these 15, 3 were reported from Nagaon district, while 2 each in Baksa and Jorhat, 1 each from Chirang, Dibrugarh, Golpra, Golaghat, Charaidio, Shivasagar, Tinsukia and Nalbari district. A total of 251 cases of Japanese encephalitis have been detected in the state in July so far. An estimated 4 crore eligible beneficiaries have not taken even a single dose of COVID-19 vaccine as of July 18, Minister of State for Health Bharati Pravin Pawar informed the Lok Sabha. A total of 1,783,852,566 vaccine doses have been administered free of cost in government COVID vaccination centers till July 18, she said in a written reply. Precaution doses were available free of cost in healthcare workers, frontline workers and all beneficiaries above 60 years of age from March 16 this year in government CVCs, and for the 18 to 59 years age group from April 10 in private CVCs. A special 75-day drive to administer precaution doses to all aged 18 years and above at government vaccination centers began on July 15. The Drive COVID Vaccination Amrit Mahotsav aimed at boosting the uptake of COVID precaution doses among the eligible population is being held as part of the government's Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav to celebrate the 75th anniversary of India's independence. According to Health Ministry officials, 98% of India's adult population has received at least 1 dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, while 90% have been fully vaccinated. The All Tribal Students Union Manipur has urged the state government to table and pass the Manipur Hill Areas Autonomous District Council Bill 2021 in the ensuing Manipur Legislative Assembly session to begin from July 25. The union said that the students' body and its federating units will fight for what is rightfully provisioned to them by the Indian Constitution. Addressing a press conference at its office, Tangkul Katamnao Saklong President Shimri Raising said that the Hill people under the supervision of the Hill Areas Committee have been struggling and fighting to get the bill passed in the Assembly.
Today we are gathered here on the matter of the Hill Areas Committee recommended ATC Bill 2021. So in this regard, the respective federating units of Assam have a representation to be submitted to our respective MLAs of the Hills, for which I would like to start by reading out one of these representations. This is to Shri Khushin Bashum, Honorable Minister, Animal Husbandry and Veterinary and Transport, Government of Manipur. Subject: the HSC recommended the Manipur Hill Areas Autonomous District Council Bill 2021 regarding. Honorable Sir, the Tangkul Katamnao Saklong TKS submits this representation to apprise you of the wish and desire of the denizens of Okru District to witness the developing of the Hill Area Committee recommended the Manipur Hill Areas Autonomous District Council Bill 2021 in the ensuing second session of the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly and passing of the same into an act.
Pointing out the Article 371C of the Indian Constitution, Raising said the article is designed specifically for the Manipur state with regard to scheduled tribe matters. He also said that in spite of the provision incorporated in the Indian Constitution, if the state government is functioning over and above the Constitution, one would certainly like to ask whether the government is legal or not, he said. He also questioned whether the state government is functioning as per the rules of procedure and conduct of business. The state government will not be a legal government if it thinks that the provisions given in the Constitution are not applicable in the state, he added. The State Bank of India Notice Circle organized Ek Raat Anada Ke Saath, a Farmers Connect program at Chengdang village where 75 loan sanctions letters and 70 forms were handed over to farmers and beneficiaries in and around the village. The Aw of Jorhat, Chiden Drakant Thakur, spoke on how the bank would like to help the village elevate their status as a vegetable village to a higher position. SBI is the only bank that has approved 90% of loans to farmers across the state, he said. Also speaking at the program, RBO Mukokchung Joy Chakma said organic farming is a special trait of the village and this should be upheld and made known to the rest of the state and country. On the occasion, the bank also donated a mobile generator to the village as expressed as a need of students in the village. Celebration for 15th presidential election continues in Manipur. Tribal chieftains from different parts of the state attended the celebration program at Tambal Sanglen in Keshampat. Party President A. Sharda Devi shared sweets and gifts to tribal chieftains. Speaking at program, Devi said it is a moment of pride for all the people all over the country. She says BJP is a party with a difference, that is why a woman belonging to scheduled tribe community has been opportunity to become president of the country. She said BJP always gives priority to weaker sections of this country. Devi also highlights the struggle of Draupadi Murmu in her political career.
हमारे ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी को धन्यवाद देना चाहती हूँ कि आपने जो एनडीए के तरफ से जो द्रौपदी मुर्मू जी को राष्ट्रपति का कैंडिडेट का नाम पे दिया है और साथ साथ उसको जीता के जो राष्ट्रपति बनाया है। एक एसटी महिला जो वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट को भी हम मान सकते हैं, और जो सबका साथ सबका विकास सबका विश्वास और सबका प्रयास, इसी मंत्र को लेके एसटी को और वुमेन को इतना अच्छा मौका दिया है, और भारत के इतने हाईएस्ट पोस्ट जो है उसको एक महिला को, एक एसटी को दिया है, इसके लिए मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहती हूँ।
To the scheduled tribe and scheduled caste and also the minority community in India. Not only in sports, not only in political field, but in sports and other areas also. They are given a little more than what the tribals deserve. There are many tribal from Northeast also who are qualified to be President of India. It's a blessing really from God, not only from the support. The way the handling is there, BJP leadership have given the right decision and the right choice to nominate or to elect.
Amid the ongoing war of words between the Aam Aadmi Party and Bharatiya Janata Party over excise policy of the AAP-led Delhi government, the state unit of the BJP hit the streets on Saturday, demanding the arrest of senior AAP leader and Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. Visuals shared by news agency NI showed Delhi BJP workers who were protesting outside Sisodia's residence, breaking barricades put up by Delhi police. Later, they were detained by the police, who put them in a bus and took them away. According to reports, Delhi BJP chief Adish Gupta was among those detained by the police. The war of words between two parties erupted a day after Vinay Kumar Saxena, the Union Territory's Lieutenant Governor, recommended that the Central Bureau of Investigation open an investigation against Sisodia, who is also the excise minister in Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's government. This is all for now. Keep watching Hornbill TV.